qx1 plus 1 minus theta of qx2. Okay, so this means this is convex. This means we say that if you take any x1, x2 that belongs to Rn, then then you know that this convex combination means theta of x1 plus 1 minus theta of x2. This is the convex combination of this, and this is also belongs to that space Rn. Okay, okay, because Rn is your this domain is your convex. So since this is convex, so that's why this is also convex. Okay, so now if we take the quadratic form, this means if we take the quadratic form of that element, this belongs to that. This means if you take theta of x1, okay, plus 1 minus theta of x2. If we take this quadratic form, we have to prove that this quadratic form is convex. So you have to show that this is less or equals to q of this theta of qx1 and plus 1 minus theta of qx2, where this theta lies between 0 and 1. Okay, so if you are able to prove that this thing, if you are able to prove that this thing, so your quadratic form, that is q, is convex. Okay, so for that here we start this problem with the inequality, that is, so if we suppose that, so we suppose that this x1 and suppose x2, these are the element of Rn. Okay, and then for any theta which lies between 0 and 1, if we have to prove that this thing, this means theta of we are able to prove that this theta of q x1 plus 1 minus theta of q x2, and we take minus of q this theta x1 plus 1 minus theta of x2. Okay, so if we take this term, left hand side term to right hand side term, this means if we are able to prove that this is greater or equals to 0, if this is greater or equals to 0, this means this implies this condition and your quadratic form is convex. Okay, so here we try to find what is the value of this term. Okay, so this equals to, what is the value of this? So this equals to theta, and what is the value of q of x is defined by s. For all x belong to Rn, this qx belongs to x transpose dx. So if x1 is belonging to that R1, then what is the value of q of x1? What is the value of q of x1? So this becomes x1 transpose of this matrix B of x1. Okay, and then plus this is 1 minus theta. 1 minus theta. What is q of x2? Q of x2 is same as x2 transpose B of x2. Okay, and minus, what about this term? This is also belongs to your Rn space. Okay, so this belongs to Rn. So for q of any element Rn, this is defined by this formula. So this becomes q of x1 plus 1 minus theta of x2. This transpose of B with this theta of x1 plus 1 minus theta of x2. Okay, so here we multiply and try to find this expression. So this equals to theta, and here if we write x1 transpose B of x1 plus 1 minus theta, 1 minus theta, and this is x2 transpose B of x2 minus, and here if we this with this, so this becomes theta square, and x1 transpose b of x1, then minus, if we take these two, because this sign is minus here, so this becomes 1 minus theta square x2 transpose x2 transpose beta of x2, if we take second term with second term. Okay, and then first with last and last with first. So this equals to minus of 2 theta, 2 theta, and 1 minus theta. This becomes x1 transpose b of x2. Okay, uh, because this, okay, so this x1 transpose 1 minus theta x2, and this is same as x2 transpose beta of x1. So that's why this equals to minus 2 times theta and this time. Okay. So now if we take this term, this x1 transpose beta 1, and here if we take theta square this term, if we take these two terms together, so this equals to theta minus theta square. So if you take, this is theta common, so this becomes 1 minus theta here, and the remaining term are x1 transpose b of x1. Okay, and then next one is plus here. This term is 1 minus theta, and this term is 1 minus theta square. Okay, so if we take this 1 minus theta here, okay, so this term equals to, if we take, what is the value of 1 minus theta and 1 minus theta square? Okay, so if we take 1 minus theta common, so the remaining term is here, this is 1, and here minus 1 minus theta. Okay, and this is x2 transpose b of x2, and then minus of 2 theta 1 minus theta x1 transpose b of x2. Okay, so now this equals to theta 1 minus theta x1 transpose b x1 plus, if we solve this, so 1 and 1 are cancelled, minus theta plus theta, so this becomes theta 1 minus theta, and this is x2 transpose b of x2 minus 2 theta 1 minus theta x1 transpose bx2. Okay, so this equals to, if we take theta 1 minus theta is common, okay, so the remaining terms are x1 transpose bx1 plus x2 transpose bx2, this is bx2, and minus 2 x1 transpose bx2. Okay, so this term. And here, if we take this theta, if we take this theta which belongs to close interval 0, 1. Okay, so if this is equals to 0, so this is equals to 0. Okay, then this means you can write this equals to theta 1 minus theta, and this term is written as x1 minus x2 transpose b of x1 minus x2. Okay, so this means here, this means if this theta lies between 0 and 1, so if it theta belongs to, this means that this theta is either equals to 0 or greater than 0. Okay, and less than 1. So this means if theta equals to 0 or theta equals to 1, then this term is equals to 0. So this term is equals to 0 when theta equals to 0 or theta equals to 1. Okay, and if theta is belonging to open interval 0, 1, so this term is always greater than, because this is greater than 0, and 1 minus theta when theta is lies between open interval 0, 1, so this term is also positive. So positive into positive, this term is positive. Okay, so this implies that this term, this coefficient is either, or this is your quadratic form, always positive. So this means this whole term depending on these two multiplications. So either this is 0 or theta belongs to endpoint 0 and 1, so this equals to 0. And otherwise, if this theta belongs to open interval 0, 1, so this is greater than 0. That's why we can write this is greater or equals to 0 for all theta, when this theta lies between 0 and 1. Okay, and this is happen only if and only if this term is positive. Okay, so this term is positive. This means if and only if the matrix, if and only this matrix is B is okay. So for any value of theta, this term is if we take this B is positive definite, this means this is always greater than 0. So here we take this greater or equals to 0. This means this is only depends on this B term. So this should be positive semi-definite. Okay, because this equality holds. So if and only if the matrix B is positive semi-definite. So this matrix B is positive semi-definite.
सर
हाँ,
सर ये जो आपने फोर्थ लाइन में ये लिखा हुआ है -2 थीटा 1 - थीटा x1 ट्रांसपोज b x2, सर ये कैसे लिखा है आपने? सर बिकॉज एक बार जब अगर हम लोग सॉल्व करेंगे तो ये आएगा थीटा 1 -
ओके,
थीटा
ठीक
x1
ठीक ठीक।
ट्रांसपोज।
दिस टू आर सेम। आप जब मल्टीप्लाई करोगे ना तो आप x1 ट्रांसपोज b ऑफ x2 दिस इज इक्वल्स टू आपके सेकेंड टर्म में आएंगे x2 ट्रांसपोज b x1। ओके, ये सेम आएंगे जब आपकी b मैट्रिक्स आपकी क्या हो, सिमेट्रिक हो। ओके, if B is a symmetric matrix, then for any vector x1 transpose b x2 is same as x2 transpose b x1। आप जानते हैं कि नहीं, ये प्रॉपर्टी मालूम है? You know that? Okay, so that's why if we multiply here, so this is x1 transpose b of, because theta and 1 minus theta are the scalar one. Okay, तो ये तो आपके बाहर ही आ जाएंगे। ठीक है, यहाँ पे क्या आएंगे x1 transpose and here b x2 first term, and then if we multiply this term 1 minus theta with theta, so this is a scalar one, and this is x2 transpose b x1, and x1 transpose b x2 is same as x2 b x1। okay, आप चाहे तो कोई भी एक एग्जांपल ले लो। अगर आप एक बी सिमेट्रिक मैट्रिक्स ले लो, कोई भी सिमेट्रिक मैट्रिक्स एक ले लो, सपोज अगर हमने लिख लिया 1 2 लिख लिया, यहाँ आप यहाँ 3 3 लिख लो, दिस इज अ सिमेट्रिक मैट्रिक्स। ओके, और x1 कोई भी एक वेक्टर ले लो, x2 कोई भी एक वेक्टर ले लो, x1 अगर कोई भी वेक्टर ले लिया, सपोज अपने से 1 2 वेक्टर ले लो। ओके, x2 कोई वेक्टर ले लो, सपोज 3 4 ले लो, and try to multiply this term। So what is the value of x1 transpose? So these are the column vectors basically. These are the column vectors. Okay, and try to find what is the value of x1 transpose bx2, and then find what is the value of x2 transpose bx1। Suppose this is your matrix B, any arbitrary matrix लेकर के आप चेक कर लें। Okay, तो आपको सेम मिलेंगे।
Okay.
So that's why we can write this thing, because this B is a symmetric matrix, so that's why this x1 transpose B x2 is same as x2 transpose B x1। Okay, so इसलिए हमने इसको ऐसा किया। So here, if this B matrix is positive semi-definite, then you have obtained this relation. But if we take this matrix B, if this matrix B is positive semi-definite ना हो करके, बल्कि ये मैट्रिक्स B हमारी अगर सिंपल हमारी पॉजिटिव डेफिनेट हो, if this matrix is positive definite, okay, so in that case if B is positive definite, this means you get here this is strictly greater than 0। okay, so this is strictly greater than 0, this means your function is strictly convex। okay, so here if this is greater or equals to 0, so that implies that from here this function is greater or equals to 0 if and only if this matrix is positive definite। so this implies you can write here this theta of q x1 plus 1 minus theta q x2 minus q theta of x1 plus 1 minus theta of x2, this is greater or equals to 0 if and only if b is positive semi-definite. Okay, so this implies that you can rewrite this means q of this theta x1 plus 1 minus theta of x2 is less or equals to, this is less or equals to theta times q of x1 plus 1 minus theta q of x2. So this implies your q is convex. So this implies hence q is convex function. Okay, so q is convex function if and only if b is positive semi-definite. Okay, when b is positive semi-definite, this means q is convex. So that's why you solve this thing. And when b is not positive semi-definite, only b is positive definite. So b is positive definite. This implies you get your this q is strictly convex. Okay. मैथमेटिक्स एंड कंप्यूटिंग के लिए आया है, उसका वेरिफिकेशन करना है और घंटा में नहीं आई है। ठीक है, हम क्लास ले लें फिर हम बताते हैं। कैंडिडेट को बाहर रखा है ना, कल बुला लीजिए, कल। ठीक है, चलिए हम अभी आ रहे हैं, क्लास लेके आ रहे हैं, ऑफिस में चलिए हम। Okay, so here if b is positive definite, then q is strictly convex because here this equality is holds for strictly equality here. So that's why here this is strictly equality. So this is less or equals to देगा, ये क्या होगा, simply equals less than ही होगा, equality sign आपकी हट जाएगी. So this means this function is strictly convex. Okay. तो यहाँ पे जो रिलेशन है, दिस इज लेस और इक्वल्स टू की साइन है, दिस इज लेस और इक्वल्स टू साइन. ओके, सो दिस इज this sign is less or equals to sign. Okay. Okay, so you've seen that what is a convex function, and if the quadratic form, if any quadratic form, if we are trying to find that quadratic form is our positive definite, then our function is convex function. Okay, so if we take suppose one-dimensional function in calculus, you in maxima minima portion you have already studied in class 12. If any function is suppose maximum, अगर हम इसकी बात निकालें कि मैक्सिमा निकालना हो किसी पे, तो क्या करते हैं आप, प्लस 2 लेवल में आपने पढ़ा है कैलकुलस में, उसमें सिंपल आप क्या करते हैं, फंक्शन की आप सेकेंड ऑर्डर की डेरिवेटिव निकालते हो और उस डेरिवेटिव को देखते हो कि उस पॉइंट क्रिटिकल पॉइंट निकाल लिया और वी seen that the second order derivative is positive, then we say that this function is minima, and otherwise this actually this less than 0, तो हम कहते हैं कि maxima है. Okay, so in अगर हम यहाँ पे हम कोई फंक्शन अगर हम ड्रॉ करें कुछ इस तरह से, अगर हमने कोई एक फंक्शन ले लिया, सपोज दिस टाइप ऑफ फंक्शन. ओके, तो दिस टाइप ऑफ फंक्शन में अगर आप देखें तो इस फंक्शन में आप ये देखेंगे कि जो सेकेंड ऑर्डर डेरिवेटिव जो है, और अगर वो हमारी पॉजिटिव है तो आपको यहाँ मिनिमम मिलेगा. तो आपको ये दिख भी रहा है कि इस फंक्शन में हमारा यहाँ पे इस पॉइंट पे मेरी मिनिमम वैल्यू है, तो सेकेंड ऑर्डर डेरिवेटिव मेरी क्या है, मिनिमम. और ये फंक्शन क्या है, इस फंक्शन का नेचर क्या है, तो दैट इज कॉन्वेक्स, बिकॉज इफ यू टेक एनी 2 पॉइंट्स हियर एंड ज्वाइन करें हम, ये स्ट्रेट लाइन is always above this function value. Okay, so this function is your convex. Okay, तो ये चीज जो है कि आपका जो डेरिवेटिव की फॉर्म में हम देखते हैं, सेम चीज हम एक्सटेंड करते हैं टू वेरिएबल फंक्शन में, आपने पढ़ा भी होगा। टू वेरिएबल फंक्शन में हमारे पास ये तो सिंपल आर टू आर का ये फंक्शन है, इफ वी डिफाइन फॉर आर टू आर। ओके, सो व्हाट अबाउट इफ वी फंक्शन एनी फंक्शन डिफाइन फॉर आर टू टू आर, आर थ्री टू आर, या आर एन टू आर, दैट टाइप फंक्शन में हम क्या करते हैं, वी फाइंड द वैल्यू ऑफ हेसियन। ओके, हेसियन मैट्रिक्स। ओके, और हेसियन में हम देखते हैं कि उसकी जो सेकंड ऑर्डर जो डेरिवेटिव है, तो उसके प्रिंसिपल माइनस की साइन क्या है, एंड डिपेंडिंग ऑन दैट वी से दैट दैट फंक्शन इज कॉन्वेक्स और नॉट। ये पोर्शन भी हम डील करेंगे। हाँ, बट अभी नहीं इसको अभी हम निवर्तों के साथ करेंगे इस क्वेश्चन को भी। ओके, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल यहाँ पे हम देखा कि फंक्शन हमारा किसी भी तरह का हो, वो हमारा कॉन्वेक्स। आप देख सकते हो कि क्वाड्रेटिक फॉर्म को अगर हमने उसको मैट्रिक्स की फॉर्म में लिख लिया, आपको पता है एनी क्वाड्रेटिक फॉर्म यू कैन राइट that quadratic form in the matrix notation, quadratic form X transpose Bx, where B is a symmetric matrix, and if this matrix के eigen values अगर हम निकाल लें, और if the eigen values are 0 or greater than 0, then we say that this function is quadratic form, this function is convex. Okay, if some values is greater than all are greater than 0, then we say that this function is strictly convex. Okay, and if some eigenvalue is 0 and other are -1, so we say that this is concave, and all are negative, so we can strictly concave. And some are positive, some of negative, some are 0, so we doesn't say that this function is of neither convex nor convex, nor convex here. Okay, so on next page, if we take a function, and if we say that which property is stronger, means convex अगर फंक्शन है हमारा या कंटिन्यूअस फंक्शन है, तो हम आपसे ये पूछना चाह रहे हैं कि इफ फंक्शन इज कॉन्वेक्स तो वो कंटिन्यूअस होगा कि नहीं होगा, या फंक्शन अगर हमारा कंटिन्यूअस है तो वो कॉन्वेक्स होगा कि नहीं होगा, या कोई दोनों के बीच में कोई रिलेशन नहीं है। ओके, सो नेक्स्ट पेज इफ वी टेक एग्जांपल, so if we take a function, suppose fx, एक हमने function लिख ली, fx एक function लिख ली, a simple function, if this is equals to 2, and when this value of this function is suppose mod of x that equals to 1. Okay, and this value is equals to x square for this mod x is less than 1. This means you have a function of type this is so. Okay, and if we take this point is 1 and this point is -1 and this is 0. Okay, so 0 to 1, this is a parabola like this. Okay, so this is a parabola. Okay, and here at this value is of course 1 and this value is 2. Okay, so here at -1 to 1, this is x square, but x equals to 1, this equals to 2. Okay, so this means this function is like this. Okay, to -1 to 1. Okay, and then x equals to 2, at equals 2, the function value is this thing, this 2 here. Okay, and -1 to 1, this type of function. Okay, so here if we define this function, which is defined by this, so this function is if we define on certain domain, and if we take that domain is if this function is defined on any set C, and that set C is a collection of all x such that -1 to 1. Okay, so this function, this fx, then fx is continuous. एक continuous function है या नहीं है? -1 to इस domain C में, this function is continuous or not? -1 to 1, this is your x and this is fx. Okay, so this function fx is not continuous, this function fx is not continuous at the boundary point of that set C. Okay. And here this fx is convex or not? fx आपका convex है कि नहीं है? तो इसके लिए अगर हम बिल्कुल -1 तक तो यहाँ जा रहा है, इसके बाद फिर ये फंक्शन की वैल्यू जो है सीधे यहाँ पे जो है यहाँ से जंप हो जा रही है 1 पे, और यहाँ से इसकी वैल्यू जो है सीधे 2 पे हो जा रही है. तो इफ वी टेक एनी 2 पॉइंट्स, सपोज 1 पॉइंट हियर एंड एनी 2 पॉइंट हियर, इफ यू ज्वाइनिंग दीस 2 पॉइंट, आइदर यहाँ से ले लें, चाहे यहाँ ले लें, चाहे यहाँ ले लें, चाहे इन दोनों पॉइंट को मैच कर लें, ज्वाइन कर लें, या इसको यहाँ से ज्वाइन कर लें या यहाँ से कर लें, तो सभी जो स्ट्रेट लाइन है, ये ऑल स्ट्रेट लाइन आर अबव दिस फंक्शन की वैल्यू से क्या है, हमेशा अबव है. ओके, सो दिस मींस योर फंक्शन fx, this function fx is convex. Okay, so but here this function fx is convex. Okay, so here fx is convex function on set C. Okay, so here fx जो है वो मेरा convex function है, but this function is not continuous. Okay, so this implies you say that therefore you can say that a convex function f, which is defined above, defined on a convex set, C in R is not necessary that Rn is not necessary that it is continuous everywhere. It's not necessary continuous everywhere. Okay, so this is not continuous everywhere. Okay, so if f is continuous function on an open set C, अगर हम कोई भी convex set ले लें, but open set C में लें, हम open set C में लें, तो f हमारा always क्या होगा, continuous होगा. तो यहाँ से हमें ये मालूम हुआ कि अगर हम closed में लेते हैं तो जरूरी नहीं कि वो मेरा convex तो होगा, but continuous जरूरी नहीं है. Okay, but अगर हम open में लेते हैं तो ओपन में हमारा ऑलवेज जो कॉन्वेक्स होगा वो मेरा कंटिन्यूस होगा. तो आप ये कह सकते हैं कि इफ फंक्शन f is a convex function on an open convex set C in Rn, then f is continuous on C. Okay, so यहाँ से आपको एक इम्पोर्टेंट रिजल्ट ये मिलता है कि अगर आपका फंक्शन जो है वो ओपन में अगर कॉन्वेक्स है तो ऑलवेज वो कंटिन्यूअस होगा. ओके, अब हम रिवर्स पूछें आपसे कि एनी कंटिन्यूअस फंक्शन इज कॉन्वेक्स और नॉट. ओके, तो कॉन्वेक्स फंक्शन तो हमारा कंटिन्यूअस होगा, बट वो फंक्शन हमारा ओपन में डिफाइन होगा. ओके, अब हमारा नेक्स्ट है कि कोई भी कंटिन्यूअस फंक्शन हमारा जो है दैट इज कॉन्वेक्स और नॉट. तो आप एक एग्जांपल देख सकते हो. इफ इट take this type of function, okay, this is a continuous function, so but this is not convex, now concave. And if we take another type of function, suppose if we take this type of function, okay, so this is concave and this is neither convex not concave. Okay, but these two are continuous function. तो कॉन्टिन्यूस फंक्शन आपके कॉन्वेक्स हो भी सकते हैं और नहीं भी हो सकते हैं, ये जरूरी नहीं है। अगर हमने कॉन्टिन्यूस फंक्शन ले लिया तो वो हमारा कॉन्वेक्स हो भी सकता है, कॉन्केव भी हो सकता है, कुछ भी नहीं हो सकता, अफाइन भी हो सकता है, या दोनों भी हो सकते हैं। अगर हमने एक कॉन्टिन्यूस फंक्शन अगर हमने इस टाइप की ले ली, इफ वी ड्रॉ सिंपल स्ट्रेट लाइन, ओके, तो दिस इज कॉन्वेक्स एज वेल एज कॉन्केव बोथ, दिस इज कॉन्टिन्यूस भी है, कॉन्वेक्स भी है, कॉन्केव भी है, तो ये आपके अफाइन है। ओके, तो कई पॉसिबिलिटी हो सकती है। तो कॉन्टिन्यूस फंक्शन आपके कह नहीं सकते कि कंटिन्यूअस है तो कॉन्वेक्स हो भी सकता है, नहीं भी हो सकता, बट अगर ओपन में कॉन्वेक्स है तो मस्ट बी कंटिन्यूअस। ओके, सो नाउ हियर इफ वी टेक स्ट्रेट लाइन, ओके, तो स्ट्रेट लाइन अगर हमने लिया तो दैट इज अ फाइन सेट एंड अ फाइन फंक्शन, एंड दैट अफाइन फंक्शन इज कॉन्वेक्स एंड कॉन्केव बोथ। ओके, तो इस R2 प्लेन में स्ट्रेट लाइन जो है ये बेसिकली आपकी स्ट्रेट लाइन है जो डिवाइड्स कर रही है दिस R2 प्लेन को टू हाफ स्पेसेस में। इन जनरल अगर हमने Rn में ले लिया और वहां पे हमने प्लेन से कट किया तो वो प्लेन जो है वो हमारे Rn स्पेसेस को डिवाइड इनटू टू हाफ स्पेसेस, एंड दैट प्लेन इज सेड टू बी अ hyperplane, and the equation of that set is of the form of, to know that the collection of all x such that A transpose x equals to B, where A be an element of Rn and B belongs to R. Okay, so what is the definition of hyperplane? So on next page we take what is the definition of hyperplane and half spaces. Okay, so next page. So a hyperplane is a set of the form that is the collection of all x such that A transpose x that equals to B, where what is A? A is the element of Rn, and of course this is not equals to 0 because this is a vector. Okay, so this is null vector, this is a non-zero vector, and B is real one, okay, belongs to R. So hyperplane is basically a fine set. So hyperplane is a fine set. This means this is collection of all x such that A transpose x equals to B. This is a fine set, and this is a solution of a non-trivial linear equation, and this is a solution of non-trivial linear equations. Okay, so basically a hyperplane, this divides our Rn space into two half spaces, and that half spaces is the set of the form A transpose x is less or equals to, and second one greater or equals to. And if we take this closed inequality, then we say that this is a closed half space. Okay, so we define hyperplane that is closed. If we define what is closed and what is open, if we define closed half spaces, space is a set of the form, if we take collection of all x such that A transpose x, this is less or equals to B. Okay, where this A is now 0, and the solution set of one non-trivial linear equality okay, and these half spaces are basically convex. So this half spaces are convex but not affine, but not affine. Okay, so if we take any point, suppose if we take x naught is any point in the hyperplane, and this is a equation of that hyperplane is A transpose x that equals to B, and the collection of all x such that this condition holds. Okay, then this point is also satisfies this relation. So this point is satisfied that matrix equation, that is the A transpose x naught that equals to B. Okay, so you can represent above representation can be rewritten as in the form. Okay, so the above equation can be written as here this collection of all x such that yeah, A transpose x equals to B. Okay, so this means yeah, A transpose x equals to B, and here this B satisfies this relation, so this becomes A transpose x equals to A transpose x naught. So if we take here, so A transpose the x minus x naught vector that equals to 0. This means this is A and x naught. These two vectors are orthogonal. Okay, we can write this can be written as in the form of A transpose. This is x minus x naught, and that equals to 0. That equals to 0. This means this is the collection of all x. So here this x minus x naught. So if we take this element is outside from that, okay, because you know that if this is a hyperplane, if this is a hyperplane, and that hyperplane is A transpose x equals to B. This is the equation of that. Okay, and here if we take any point, and that point is suppose x naught, okay, which belongs to that hyperplane, and here for any x, this is your x, then x minus x naught, this is a vector in this direction. Okay, so this is a vector. Okay, x minus x naught is a vector. Okay, for any x, if we take this thing. Okay, and here, what is a naught? A transpose. A transpose is a vector that is the orthogonal to this vector. This means what is your A naught? So A naught is a vector which is orthogonal to this vector. So because this is the direction of A transpose here. Okay, so this means we take all x. This hyperplane is can be represented by another equation. Collection of all x, that is this means this A orthogonal vector. This means for each x, this vector is orthogonal to this, except this point x naught. So we can rewrite this equation in the form of x naught and plus x naught, this element, plus all orthogonal element. So this plus A orthogonal. Okay, so this means what is A orthogonal? So you can write here this A, this this denote that this term denotes the orthogonal component of A. The orthogonal component of A. Okay, so So this means uh, okay. So this is A transpose. Okay, so this is A transpose. Okay, so this means you can write this is a vector basically. ये transpose तो नहीं होगा, ये आप इसको A vector करेंगे because the multiplication of that एक column and that is your row. So this is the A vector, okay, and multiply of that 2. We can write A is the vector which is can be written in the row form, and this is your column vector x minus x naught is the column vector. So multiply this 2, so this becomes this. So this is your vector A, okay, not A transpose. Okay, this is matrix. Okay, so here if we represent this in this is your R2 plane, so hyperplane in R2 with the normal vector A, here A with the normal vector A and a point x naught in the hyperplane. So for any point x in the hyperplane, x minus x naught is orthogonal to that vector A. Okay, so if we are interested to find what is our half spaces, okay, so here this region, basically this region, when A transpose X is less or equals to B, so this region is A transpose X, this is less or equals to B, and this region is A transpose X, that is greater or equals to B. तो वहां जहां पे हमारा वेक्टर ए की डायरेक्शन में हम जहां जा रहे हैं वो हमारा पॉजिटिव डायरेक्शन है, दैट इज ग्रेटर और इक्वल्स टू बी. A transpose x equals to b. This is your hyperplane. This is your hyperplane, which is defined by H. This is the definition hyperplane H. Okay, and this region is half spaces, upper half spaces, and this is lower half. So this is A transpose x less or equals to b. This region, okay, and here this region is A transpose is greater than or equals to b. This is upper half spaces, okay, and this is your half space H. Okay, so here the hyperplane which is defined by A transpose x equals to b in R2, this determines two half spaces. The half space determined by A transpose x greater or equals to b is the half space extended in the direction of A, and the half space determined by A transpose x less or equals to b is extends in the direction of minus A. Okay, so this is in the direction of minus A, and this is the direction of plus A. Okay, so the half spaces we can write the half spaces, and that half space is defined by x such that A transpose x is less or equals to b. Okay, so this is the equation of half spaces. This can be also be expressed as in this manner. This means here you know that if A transpose x is less or equals to b, so we can write this is a half spaces, that collection of all x such that A transpose x minus x naught is less or equals to b, less or equals to 0. Okay, in this manner. So you can also define this half space like this. Okay, and where what is x naught? X naught is any point on the associated half plane H. Okay, and the boundary of half space, that is x A transpose x less or equals to b, is the hyperplane this x A transpose x इक्वल्स टू बी. ओके, हमारा ये कहना है कि ये जो दोनों हाफ स्पेसेस हैं, एक है A ट्रांसपोज x इज लेसर इक्वल्स टू b और एक है A ट्रांसपोज x ग्रेटर इक्वल्स टू b. ये दोनों हाफ स्पेसेस हैं, दोनों हाफ स्पेसेस एसोसिएटेड विद द बाउंड्री क्या है, दैट इज h एंड दैट इक्वल्स टू A ट्रांसपोज x इक्वल्स टू b. बाउंड्री ऑफ दैट अपर हाफ स्पेस जो है दैट इज ग्रेटर इक्वल्स टू b, इसकी बाउंड्री क्या है मेरी, A ट्रांसपोज x इक्वल्स टू b, एंड दिस लोअर हाफ स्पेसेस की भी बाउंड्री हमारी क्या है, दैट इज A ट्रांसपोज x इक्वल्स टू b. If we take this inequality sign, means include this half hyperplane. Okay, or if this is strictly greater than, so we exclude this line, only we consider that upper region. Okay, if we take A transpose x is less than b, this means only lower part of that region. Okay, so these two, if we take a hyperplane. That hyperplane is your H, which is defined by the formula A transpose X equals to B. What is here? A in the direction of which is a vector. Okay, and here this is okay, and here the upper portion is A transpose X. If we take strictly greater than B, if we take strictly greater than B, this means we take all this region excluding this line. Okay, and similarly, if we take A transpose X less than B, so this is your all region excluding this line. Okay, so this is said, this is open half spaces. This is open half space. This is open half space, and these are closed half spaces. These are closed half spaces, and the closed boundary of that boundary is same, that is A transpose X equals to B for that. And but here this is unbounded because this is not closed. Okay, okay. So here, if we are try to find any point in the half space, suppose if we take uh, a half space like this. Okay, suppose if we have a half space, and here this is the outward vector A. Okay, and this is your point x naught. And if we say that suppose there is any point in this Rn और R2, अगर हम R2 की बात करें तो दिस इज प्लेन, और हम R2 में ही समझें कि R2 में ही हम ये देखेंगे कोई एक आर्बिट्ररी पॉइंट है. सपोज इफ वी टेक दिस पॉइंट x1 हियर, ओके x1, तो हम ये कैसे आप आइडेंटिफाई करोगे दिस हाफ स्पेस जो अपर हाफ स्पेस है उसमें बिलोंग करेगा, या ये x1 मेरा जो है वो लोअर हाफ स्पेस उसमें बिलोंग कर रहा है. तो इसके लिए आपको क्या करना होगा, इफ दिस x1 इज पॉइंट हियर, एंड सपोज इफ वी टेक अनदर suppose this is your A and this is your x naught point, and if we take suppose if we take another half point here, suppose this is x2. Okay, here x1 belongs to upper half space because आपको ये दिख भी रहा है, x2 जो है मेरा नीचे हाफ स्पेस में हमारा बिलोंग कर रहा है. ओके, तो ये चीज आप कैसे आइडेंटिफाई किया, बिकॉज दिस x1 बिलोंग्स टू अपर हाफ स्पेस. अपर हाफ स्पेस मींस A ट्रांसपोज x इज ग्रेटर आर इक्वल्स टू B, और यहाँ पे आप देख रहे हैं कि यहाँ पे जो हमारा x2 है that belongs to lower half space, that belongs to lower half space. This means A transpose x is less or equals to B. Okay, so कैसे 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 आपने लिखा, तो आप इसके लिए क्या करेंगे, P join this x2 point with this base point x2 and measure this angle. Okay, this angle, if this angle theta is less than 90, this means this form an acute angle. Less than 90 means this form acute angle. Okay, so this belongs to your upper half space. Okay, and if we make this angle and measure this angle theta, if this theta is greater than 90, this is obtuse angle. If we make obtuse angle, then this point belongs to lower half space, that is in the A transpose x is less or equals to B. Okay, so if any point, and we have to find that that point is in which half space this point is belonging. Okay, so you have to find a vector and find that x1 or x2 point with your base point x0, and find the dot. You take dot product of which match this vector A with that vector. If this angle is, you have already known that what is the cos theta angle between two vectors. If there are vectors are given, vector A and B, then cos theta is the dot product of A and B and divided by the modulus of that. Okay, and if you find that theta, and that theta is obtuse angle, then this point must be belongs to the upper half space, that is greater or equals to B. And if this angle is greater than theta, means 90, so this is belonging to less or equals to B. तो यहाँ पे सिंपल एक थीटा लेस देन है तो ग्रेटर आर इक्वल्स टू हाफ स्पेस में होगा, और थीटा ग्रेटर है तो लेस आर इक्वल्स टू स्पेस में आपके पास होंगे. ओके, सो दीज आर द सिंपल कंसेप्ट ऑफ हाफ स्पेसेस. Then the next one is what is polyhedron. So basically the polyhedron is the solution is defined as the solution set of finite number of linear inequalities and inequalities, because in optimization we have given the certain set of constraints, and that constraints are either equality sign, or we say that are your hyperplane, and that if any are less or equals to or greater or equals to, that are your half spaces. Okay, so polyhedron is defined as the solution set of finite number of linear inequalities and inequalities. Because you are already studied in the linear programming problem what is the feasible reason. Feasible reason is basically the solution set of ऑल गिवन कॉन्स्टेंट्स में आप जो होगा वो आपकी फिजिकल रीजन आप निकालते हो। तो यहाँ पे सेट ऑफ इनइक्वालिटीज आपके पास गिवन है दैट बिलोंगिंग टू इन आर एन स्पेस, ओके, एंड there are some equality sign are there. So this is basically you have that equality sign is your hyperplane, and if there are some lesser equals to type inequality, greater equals to sign equality, so there are either two half spaces, upper or lower half spaces. So then intersection of that region, so this means you are able to find what is the feasible region, and that is known as polyhedron. Okay, so polyhedron is basically the solution set of a finite number of linear equalities and inequalities. Okay, and the polyhedron is the intersection of the basically finite number of half spaces and half a plane, and that polyhedron is always convex. तो आपको पता भी है कि जो फिजिकल रीजन होते हैं that is always आपके क्या होते हैं, कॉन्वेक्स सेट फॉर्म करते हैं। तो जो हमारा पॉलीहेड्रॉन है वो हमारा कॉन्वेक्स सेट फॉर्म करेगा। तो क्या क्या डिफिनीशन है, क्या चीजें हैं, वो हम नेक्स्ट टर्न कल हम उसको और डिटेल हम डिस्कस करेंगे। तो आज हम यहीं पे रोकते हैं, कल हम पॉलीहेड्रॉन पे हम जाएंगे। ओके, तो आज के लिए इतना ही करते हैं। ओके, और फिर नेक्स्ट हम इसमें आपको ये भी एक्सप्लोर करेंगे व्हाट इज पॉजिटिव सेमी डेफिनेट कोन। कोन में कुछ बच्चों को कंफ्यूजन भी है कि व्हाट इज कॉन्वेक्स। हाँ हेलो, हाँ बताएं।
हेलो,
हाँ हाँ बोले। हेलो,
हाँ सर, वही कॉन्वेक्स कोन का वो कंफ्यूजन ही बता रहे थे।
अच्छा, तो वही मैं कर रहा हूँ अभी। आज हमें याद था शुरू में, बट अभी हम जाते हमने सोचा था कि हम पॉजिटिव सेमी डेफिनेट कोन तक हम डिस्कस करते हैं आज, लेकिन आज हम यहीं तक रुक गए यहीं पे। तो हम कल जब हम स्टार्ट करेंगे पॉलीहेड्रॉन, उसके बाद फिर पॉजिटिव सेमी डेफिनेट कोन, कोन पे जब हम जाएंगे तो वहां पे हम कोन की चीजें हम वहां पे क्लियर कर लेंगे। ओके, कोन की चीजें हम वहां पे हम क्लियर करेंगे कि क्या हमें कोन और कॉन्वेक्स कोन में क्या डिफरेंस है, क्यों हम दोनों कोन पार्टी लेते हैं। ठीक है, तो हमें वहां पे कोन पे आना है, तो डायरेक्ट हम ये सारी चीजें वहीं पे डिस्कस कर लेंगे जो भी कंफ्यूजन है। और कुछ बच्चों को भी ये भी प्रॉब्लम है कि क्यों हम लाइन सेगमेंट हम क्यों लेके चले, क्या जरूरत है हमें लाइन लेने की, लाइन सेगमेंट लेने की, जबकि हम ऑप्टिमाइजेशन पढ़ रहे हैं। ओके, तो ऑप्टिमाइजेशन आप जरूर पढ़ रहे हो, ऑप्टिमाइजेशन में आपने लीनियर प्रोग्रामिंग और ये सारी चीजें तो आपने पढ़ रखी है, बट ये जो है वो आपको इसमें आपकी एडवांस मतलब उसका आपका जनरलाइज फॉर्म है। और वहां पे जो आप फिजिबल रीजन लेते थे तो वो फिजिबल रीजन आपको बता दिए जाते थे, किसी में आपको ऑप्टिमम सॉल्यूशंस आपको मिलेंगे, ये फिजिबल रीजन है। ओके, फॉर एग्जांपल इफ यू टेक द स्टैंडर्ड फॉर्म ऑफ लीनियर प्रोग्रामिंग प्रॉब्लम, देयर आर द ऑप्टिमाइज मींस मैक्सिमाइज और मिनिमाइज एनी ऑब्जेक्टिव फंक्शंस that equals to c1 x1 c2 x2 or cn xn. There are x1 x2 to xn are the decision variables, and c1 c2 and cn are the associated cost of that decision variable. Okay, and subject to the constant is that something linear equations or inequalities are given, and where the condition is one thing is all decision variable means xi's are greater or equal to 0, because जो हमारे जो भी variables हैं वो हमारे greater equals to होने चाहिए। This means कि सभी हमारे lies on the first quadrant or first octant or whatever the dimension of your space Rn. Okay, so वहां पर हमने ये देखा कि जो भी हम सोल्यूशन सेट की जो हम बात करते हैं, फिजिबल रीजन की बात करते हैं, फिजिबल रीजन मींस कि वो हमारे सारे जो कॉन्स्टेंट्स हैं उनको सेटिस्फाई करने वाला हमें चाहिए. ओके, क्योंकि यू नो दैट if there are given only two equations of three variable, अगर आपके पास तीन वेरिएबल x1 x2 x3 के two equations अगर given हो, तो वहां पे if the rank of that matrix is you try to retain that a linear LPP problem in matrix form like Ax equals to B, where A be the matrix of order 2 cross 3, then rank of that matrix if equals to 2 and number of variables 3, then there this means the number of variable and the rank of augmented matrix and matrix A both are same, but this is less than your number of variable. This means there exists an infinite many solutions. Okay, तो infinite many solutions मिलते हैं, but उस तरह की प्रॉब्लम में आपको याद होगा जब लिनियर प्रोग्रामिंग प्रॉब्लम आपने सॉल्व की हो, but there exists a finite number of basic solution. So solutions are infinite, but basic solutions are finite one, and that solutions are exist. And second one, what are the basic feasible solution? Feasibility in the sense that all decision variables are greater or equals to 0. Okay, so we have to try to find what are the basic feasible solution. So we have to find a certain region, and that region is feasible. Feasible in the sense that are your convex set. So basically आप convex set ही वहां पे निकालते हो. और convex set है कि नहीं, इसके लिए आपको क्या निकालना है? If we join two different points on that set and the line segment is belonging to that set is your convex. That's why we first of all in first class we have studied what are the line segment, because we deal the convex set and then convex function, and then we go through our convex optimization, and convex optimization is the more general form of any linear, non-linear, any integer programming problems. Okay, that's why we study what is the line segment, what is the convex set, what are the convex functions, and so on. Okay, चलिए, तो ये सब छोटी छोटी कंफ्यूजन आपको नहीं होनी चाहिए. जो चीजें कराई जा रही हैं वो सभी आपके सिलेबस में वेल डिफाइंड हैं. कोई भी चीज ऐसी नहीं कराई जा रही है जो कि आपको जरूरत ही नहीं है. ओके, हाँ, ये ठीक है कि ये एडवांस टॉपिक में आपको कई अप्रोचेस हैं, इसमें न्यूमेरिकल सॉल्यूशन भी है, एल्गोरिथम भी है, इसमें कई चीजें हैं, तो उतनी चीजें नहीं, लेकिन फिर भी आपको बेसिक आइडियाज हो जाएंगे. और ये आप देखो तो आपको ससेक्स यूनिवर्सिटी में स्टेफन बॉयड जो है, बेसिकली उनका रिसर्च एरिया भी यही है, और वहाँ पे यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ ससेक्स में ये पूरा कोर्स है. पूरा आप इसके पूरे लिटरेचर आप देख लें, वहाँ पे ये सारी चीजें. ओके, तो कोर्स बहुत ही एडवांस है, आप उसको देखें, और उसमें ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है कि आप उसके लिए सोचें कि ऑप्टिमाइजेशन टेक्निक में ये लाइन सेगमेंट की क्या जरूरत है. ओके, ठीक है, थैंक यू टू ऑल, काफी समय दे दिया आपने.
थैंक यू सर.
थैंक यू सर.
थैंक यू सर.
सर